Hello, this is Wendy with Canon Planning, and it has been a minute since I've done some crafty creative type thing, and so I wanted to pop in and start a new project. And yes, I know it's April, and yes, I know that I have some months to go back to, but I wanted to start sharing my journey with you in creating a mystery journal. I've seen a couple of creators on YouTube do this, and I thought that it would be really fun for me to do it with Tula 12 products. So we are using this beautiful Tula 12 journal. This is the Tiny Bloom journal. It is a dot grid on the inside, which I'm going to show you in just a second. And everything that I'm going to be using inside of this journal is going to be from Tula 12, aside from the markers and pens that I use. So this is Tombow markers. This is the color palette that I am using with this particular one. And I'm going to share with you that I am also using the Art of Planning and Journaling for April. And this one's called Tiny Bloom at Golden Hour. It is a beautiful little kit with some sunset or sunrise, I'm not quite sure which. And of course the Tiny Bloom, which is actually in this journal. So what you're going to find inside of this kit is 2 sticker sheets, a stencil, a journal card, and a coaster. And so this is an awesome way for you to be able to start diving into planning and journaling of your own. I love to use a dot grid journal for my own journaling. I do rapid logging, which is essentially setting up a header and then just having a running thoughts, dots, notes, whatever the case may be, tasks, those kinds of things, on and on. And so I love utilizing that. However, this particular journal is going to be set up from January until June of 2027. And then at the end of June, I'm going to be giving this journal away for somebody else to be using at the beginning of 2027. So yes, it's currently April 2026, but I'm going to be giving this journal away in the future. So I'm excited about doing that. I'm excited about setting it up. I miss the creative aspects of setting up weeklies, and I get to do that with this particular journal because we're going to set up some fun weeklies. So I've gone ahead. These are, obviously you can see I've started to set up use some of the stickers in this. It also comes with this beautiful journal card because this will be for April 2026. This part will probably be covered up and you'll see this somewhere inside of the journal. It also comes with a cute little coaster. This coaster will be going away with the journal. So you're going to get the journal, basically 6 kits worth of things, and they're going to be all set up for you. So on the back of this, I have put together the Tombow markers color swatch that I'm going to be using. And as you can see, they make beautiful sunsets, sunrise colors, whatever you want to call it. One of the other things that you're gonna find prominently in here are 2 different kinds of washi tape. One is the Paw Print Sage. It's got a metallic on it, and the other is a navy blue thin washi. So those are the 2 washis that you're probably going to see the most throughout this little setup. And then of course I will probably grab journal stickers and other things to match with this, but for that's right now. One of the other things that you'll see featured in this is several stencils. So there is a stencil that comes with a kit, and it looks like this. Has paw print, a circle, a key, and a jar. And then the other one, these are brand new to Tula 12 as of April 2026, maybe March, maybe middle March, is some alphabet stencils. So you're going to see that throughout this layout as well. So let's dive in and take a look. Keep in mind that I am setting up this particular journal for 2027. So what you're going to see in here, like the April spread actually has April starting out on the 1st. And you can see that I've actually set up this page. It's just very cute, very simple highlights. This is something that I always love to add in my own journal, just to write a daily highlight of what is happening throughout the course of the month. Some other things you're going to find in here is a habit tracker, which I have not set up yet. And this is the layout that we're going to be doing today. So I am also, aside from using these beautiful Tombow markers, I am also going to be using some Micron markers. I've grabbed a couple. This one happens to be a 3 and a 2, and we're going to use that to kind of highlight some of the lines and then of course outline these as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you what we're doing. Obviously you can kind of see the layout a little bit. What I want to do is I have 2 circles here, which are also from a stencil that Tula 12 has. We have a 4-pack of basic stencils. I used the largest circle in this one to create this. So you can definitely grab that as well if you are following along and building your own Tula 12 bullet journal. Of course, you do not have to use the days of the week, obviously, that I'm using, because this is going to be laid out for 2027. But my thought process is to do kind of like a blacked out paw print in the center with a beautiful sunset behind it. That's kind of my idea of what I'm going with. I have to be really cautious with using the Tombow markers, though, although they do not bleed. If I put them on there too much, they will ghost on the back. So I'm going to try to not worry too much about that. But what we're going to do is I'm going to start first with my 03 micron, and I'm going to a dash outline. So if you can see on this is a dash outline. So it's not like a full solid. It's just kind of light and flurry. And so I'm going to be doing that with the lines that I have put on here. And then I'm going to erase those. So you guys can just watch and hang out, and I will start putting these together. Those lines already in there, I'm just going to go ahead and take my eraser, and I'm going to go ahead and just pull those pencil marks out from behind it, so those are not prominent, although I did forget this one cross one right here. Let's take care of that really quickly before I erase that line. I want that one to sit for just a little bit because I don't want that to smear. So we're going to go ahead and do the other ones around it. And as we're doing this, I just want to kind of think about the color layout that I want to do to make it kind of look like a sunset. So I can utilize this. You can notice there's like a lot of purples at the top, and then a lighter yellow, and then into the darker yellow to make the sunset behind. So I want to kind of think about those as I am preparing what colors I want to pull into the background. And then I think that for my tops, I'm going to do, or for my headers, I'm going to do the dark blue, which is the same color I'm going to do the paw prints. So I think that'll be really cute. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go through with my 02, and I'm going to outline the outline of each of these headers so that I can color them in. kind of traced down. I'm going to let them sit for a little bit because if I try to erase the pencil mark too soon, then it will cause my not my Tombow marker, but my Micron marker to smear, and I really, really don't want that. But I did notice that I did not erase this line over here, so let's do that really quickly. You'll notice on the edges of my journal, I have also added some washi tape. This will help to kind of, if you are looking for which month you are in or which month you're tracking. So there's January, February, March, and now April. Just kind of fun to add some washi tape in there because it's a great way to kind of decipher what month you are currently in. And I learned that from one of my really good Tula 12 friends, and I appreciated her sharing that with me. So I thought that I would include that for some information for you as well. All right. I kind of want to use this a little bit as some inspiration as to how they are doing the coloring in the background. And again, I'm going to do that for these two circles. And I want to kind of utilize that coloring in the background. So there's purple. Then again, this is my color palette. So I have purples and pinks and of course the yellows. I'm going to stay away kind of from the darker blues because that's what I want to do the two paw prints in, and then the coloring in the headers. So I'm going to go ahead and just start mixing some colors here. This is where I have to be really careful, because if I color too much, it's going to bleed into the page behind. I'm going to have to tip this at a little bit of an angle so that I can get to what I'm trying to work on here. But what I'm thinking is to start with the orange and the purple kind of together and maybe go up with it. So start with the orange, maybe do a little bit of yellow here. I'm just going to have to mess around with it and see what I like. So we're going to start kind of like this, and move in like so. And again, I'm having to kind of go around that paw print. It's okay if I color on it a little bit because I'm going to be going in afterwards and pulling that blue in there. I don't want to color too much. And you're going to see I'm starting to get a little bit of lines there as well. So what I'll do is I'll pull the lighter pins and bring them out a little bit so that I can blend those. Use the lighter pink. I'm not sure which is darker, that purple or the blue. I think I'll go with the purple. It looks like a mess right now, but we're going to try to pull those colors back down so that they're not. So I'll flip this a little bit. So we don't have any, it's not too bad. So we're going to pull now some purple, kind of pull into, and then that light pink, we'll pull some of that purple down. There we go. See how it's kind of blending a little bit? Use that. Pull this pink down into the orange a little bit, and it will kind of help us blend that a little bit. And we'll grab the yellow. And finally that color we started with. That's kind of what we want to go with. See, we started to have a little bit of ghosting here. So I'll have to think about that when I am putting together this habits page to kind of cover that up a little bit. I don't want to get too much into that. So lesson learned on the other side, we're going to start with the orange first and do that kind of in the middle and then pull the colors from that. Up. And then the yellowish down. Lighter yellow to kind of help us pull those colors together. Then we'll use our lightest one. There we go. Then we'll start with the blue at the top this time. Down some of that purple. And then use that light pink to kind of pull it all together. Let's look on the other side and see how we did. A little bit of that blue at the top. So we'll have to play with that a little bit. I'm going to grab the darker of the two blues, which is the 526, and this is going to be our outline for our paw print. Again, we're going to try not to saturate the color too much because I don't want it to bleed on the other side. So I went ahead and erased the background there. Let's go ahead and just double check and see how we're doing for ghosting. Not too terrible, no bleed through, a little bit of ghosting, and that's okay. We can make that work. But I'm going to take that dark blue, same dark blue I did in the paw prints, and I'm going to outline each one of those headers. And then I'm going to leave this as a done page because I don't want to fill in too much. I want to be able to keep it so that the person who gets this has room to do their actual planning in. This brings us to the end of our creation for April, first week in April. I know that we had a couple of days last week, but first week in April, we're going to call this as a complete creation, and I can't wait for you to continue to join us as we walk through this mystery journal that I will be giving away to somebody. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do the criteria yet, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to continue to share these with you. Hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you all soon.